So hello and good morning to everyone. So our today's lead code question is 3620, which is network recovery pathways. So in this question we are given a directed acyclic graph that has n nodes and all the nodes are numbered from 0 to n minus 1, and this graph is represented with the help of a 2D array named as edges whose length is m. That means in the graph we have m edges, right, where each edge will tell us the initial node, that is u, and then the edge and the other node v, and the cost of I, that is a cost to move from the node u to node v, right, or we can say the communication cost from node u to node v, right. And it is also given that some nodes can be offline also, right. So for that we are given a boolean array named as online, which will tell whether the ith node is online or not. So if it is true for the ith node, that means the ith node is online, and if it is false, that means the ith node is offline. So, and also one point is given that the node 0 and the final node n minus 1, they are always online. And the next thing that is given to us, that a path from node 0 to node n minus 1 will be valid if all the intermediate nodes on the path are online. That means we cannot communicate through a offline nodes. So we have to communicate from the node 0 to node n minus 1, then all the intermediate nodes should be online. And the total cost of all the edges on the path does not exceed k. So we are also given a variable k. So the cost of the path from the node 0 to n minus 1 should be less than or equal to k. Then, so if these two points holds, then only the path from the node 0 to node n minus 1 will be valid. Now what we need to do is, for each valid path, the score is defined as the minimum edge cost along that path. So suppose there is a path and the costs are 3, 5, 2, 6. Let's say these are the costs along the path. So the score of this path is 2, because the minimum edge weight or minimum cost is edge weight is 2. So the score of that path is 2. Now what we need to do is we need to return the maximum path score. This path score of this path is 2, and now if suppose multiple paths are there, now we need to return the maximum path score, right, that is the largest minimum edge cost among all the valid paths. And if there is no path exists, in that case we have to return -1. So this is the problem statement. Now we'll try to understand this with the help of some examples. So in the first example we are given this graph, right. So we have to communicate from between the node 0 to node n minus 1, which is node 3. We have to communicate between these two nodes. Now if you see, all the four nodes are online, and the k value is 10. So that means, let's say we have 10 rupees. Now we have to communicate from node 0 to node 3. So let's say we select this path, that is first our call will go to node 1, and then node 1 will connect our call to node 3. So the total cost for this path is 15, but 15 is greater than k, 15 is greater than 10, right. So we can't choose this path, so this path is invalidated. Now let's say the second path, that we from first from node 0 to node 2 our call is connected, so the cost is 3. Then node 2 to node 3, the cost is 4. So the total cost of this path is 6, and 6 is less than 10, right. So that means this is a valid path. This path 3 comma 4, these are the edge weights. So this is a valid path. Now what is the path score? So path score here is 3, that is the minimum one. So 3, right, and only one valid path, and in this example we have only one valid path, so our answer is will be 3. So we get our answer is 3, right? So let's see the next example. In the next example we have this graph. So let's see what are the online what you call nodes. So we can see the node number 3. Node number 3 is offline. Node number 3 is offline. That means we can't communicate via this node. So we removed this node. If this node is removed, then these edges will also be removed, right? These edges will also be removed. So this part of the graph will be of no use to us, right? So we are only left with this graph. We are only left with this graph. Now we have to communicate between 0 and 4, right? And our k value is 12. K value is 12. So suppose if we communicate via this path 7 and 5, so 7 and 5 is 12, right? So what is the means which is equal to k only, so this is a valid path. So what is the path score here? What is the path score? So the minimum edge is 5, so the path score is 5 for this path. For this path score is 5. Let's say we take this path 6 6. So here also what is the cost? Cost is 12, which is equal to k. Now what is the path score? Again path score is the minimum edge. Minimum edge is 6. So we have two valid paths. This path and this path. And here the path score is 5. Here the path score is 6. Now we have to take the path with the maximum path score. Maximum path score. So we'll be taking this path. So our answer is 6. That is our answer. So let's move to the constraint part. So n, which is the total number of, which is the online length. N, which is the online length. So n can be 5 into 10 ki power 4, or n, which is the total number of nodes. So total number of nodes is 5 into 10 ki power 4. That means we can't go with big of n square solution, right? We have to think of big of n, or big of n log n, or big of n plus m solutions, right? And m here is edge length, right? Which can be 10 ki power 5, which can be minimum of 10 ki power 5, or n into n minus 1 by 2. So whichever value is minimum, that will be the value of m. And now edges of I. Edges of I will tell us the nodes that and the cost of the edge between the node u and v. And v can have value from 0 to n minus 1, and both the ui and vi will not be equal. That means there will not be any self edge, right? And the cost of I is 10 ki power 9, right? So the edge cost is very big, right? Cost is very big. And k is 5 into 10 ki power 13. That means the limit k is our cost limit, which is 5 into 10 ki power 13. And online of I is either true value or false value. False means offline. False means the node is offline, right? And both the nodes 0 and n minus 1 will always be online. And the graph is directed acyclic graph, DAG, right? So these are the constraints. So let's move to the approach part. So now, as we have seen in the question, that the problem is asking to optimize us two different things. First is the minimum edge cost. Minimum edge cost should be as large as possible, right? That is our path score. So we have to, first thing, that is we have to maximize the path score. This is the first point. The second thing is that the sum of all the edge cost or the path cost should be less than or equal to k. So these are the two constraints that are given to us, or the two optimizations that are given to us. So optimizing these two will be difficult for us. So what we do is we'll try to convert this problem into a decision problem. So instead of doing these optimization, now we have to try to convert this problem into a decision problem, that whether this thing is possible or not, right? So we will try to convert this problem into decision problem. So for that, what we do is, we assume, let's say our answer is x. Our answer is x. That means we have a path. We have a valid path. Valid path whose score is at least x. Whose score is at least x. Right. In that case only we can have an answer x. Then if our path score is x, if our path score is x, that means all the edges, that are present on that path should be having cost greater than or equal to x. Because if there is some edge on that path with cost less than x, then x can't be our answer, because our path score is the minimum, among all the costs, right? So let's see, suppose we have this path 5876. So what will be the path score? That is the minimum cost, so minimum is 5. So suppose if we have guessed x is equal to 6 for this path, then will it be possible? No, it won't be possible, because we have one edge having cost 5 which is less than our assumed answer, that is 6, right? So only paths where every edge has cost greater than 6 are allowed for this example. That means if you have assumed our answer is x, then only those paths are allowed whose every edge is having cost greater than or equal to x, right? So this was one thing. Now what is the thing that we get from the above thing? That if we fixed the value x, then we have to ignore or remove all the edges whose cost is less than x, right? This is the first thing. And also we have to ignore the offline nodes, right? So for a fixed value of x, we ignore all the edges having cost less than x and all the offline nodes, right? Because we can't communicate through the offline nodes. So now if we see, our problem has been converted to a different problem, or to a decision problem. That is, can we reach from node 0 to n minus 1 such that our answer is x and our total path cost should be less than equal to k, right? So this is a decision problem, right? So what can be the answers? If yes, then that means this x is feasible, that means this x is a answer. If we can't reach from 0 to n minus 1 with a cost less than or equal to k, then this x is not feasible, we have to take some other x, right? So these are the this is a decision problem, and these are the two possible outcomes for a particular x. Now suppose if a value x is feasible, that means we have reached from node 0 to n minus 1 with the cost less than or equal to k. Then if this x is feasible, then all the values that are smaller than x will also be feasible, right? So if you see, this is basically a monotonic property, and now this monotonic property will allow us to perform binary search on cost, or binary search on answer, right? So this is, first of all, we have converted our problem to this decision problem, and now this decision problem has two feasible outputs, yes or no. And if our x is feasible, then for that, then all the cost which is lesser than x will also be feasible. So that means that is a monotonic property, right? So that monotonic property will help us to apply binary search on on our answer. Now the next thing, that how we'll check whether a particular x is feasible or not. As we have already discussed, if we take x, then we have to remove all the edges having cost less than x, and we have to ignore all the offline intermediate nodes, right? And then we have to answer one question, that is, what is the minimum total cost from the node 0 to n minus 1. from 0 to node n minus 1, what is the cost, right? That we have to check. And if this cost is less than k, then that particular x is feasible, that particular x is feasible, right? Now what we need to do is we need to find the minimum cost from node 0 to node n minus 1. So normally what we do, so normally to find the shortest path problem, we'll use Dijkstra algorithm, but here there is one important constraint which is given to in question, that our graph is directed acyclic graph, so now instead of using Dijkstra algorithm, what we'll do is we'll use topological sort, because it will help us to find the shortest path in linear time, time, right? So because in topological sort, what we'll do is we'll get the topological order, and then we'll process node after processing all the predecessors, right? So this way we'll be using topological sort. So instead of using Dijkstra sort for verification of x, we'll use topological sort, right? So let's see how topological sort works, right? Topological sort, first thing that we'll do is we'll compute the topological ordering of all the nodes. So for this topological ordering, so see, first of all we'll find the in degree of all the nodes. So this node is having in degree 0, this one is having in degree 1, this one is also having in degree 1, and this one is having in degree 2. Then what we'll do is then we'll take all the nodes with in degree 0. So here node 0 is having in degree equal to 0, so we'll take that node and push that node in the answer. Now we'll take the neighboring nodes of node 0, right? So the neighboring nodes of node 0 are 1 and 2, both having in degree 1. So assume now we have taken 0 as the answer, so we remove this node. So when we remove this node, these edges will also be removed, so the in degree of 1 will become 0, even the in degree of 2 will also become 0. So we take one of them and push them in the answer, right? We take one, then now 1 is also pushed in the answer, so we assume that this node is also removed. So if this node is also removed, this edge will also be removed, so in degree of 3 will become 1, so now which node is having in degree 0? So now node 2 is having in degree 0, so we take that, right? And now we assume that this node is also been removed, so now in degree of 3 will also become 0. So now which node is having in degree 0? So 3. So this way we'll find the topological ordering, right? So we get the topological ordering for this graph. Now when we process the nodes according to the topological ordering, right? That means all the possible path reaching that particular node have been already processed, so the distance, so therefore the distance that we get from the node will be the shortest distance, so if we see with the help of an example, right? So when we process 3, at that time node 0, node 1 and node 2, these three nodes have been already processed, so whatever the distance that we get at node 3 will be the shortest distance, right? So now if you use topological sort, then there is no need for the priority queue which we use in Dijkstra sort, so that why topological sorting will be faster over here, right? So let's see this example, how we'll do topological sorting. So as we have already seen, how we'll find the topological order, right? So for this graph we'll first get the topological order, which is 0 1 2 3, and then we'll take the distance array, and for the node 0 the distance is 0 because we have already reached that node. Now as per the topological ordering, we first have to process the node 0, so for node 0 we'll relax all the outgoing edges, so we have two outgoing edges from node 0, that is to node 1 and to node 2. So for node 1 the distance is 5 and for the node 2 the distance is 3, right? So we update distance of 1 to 5 and distance of 2 to 3. Now we'll process node 1. Now we'll process node 1. So node 1 distance is 5. So what is the outgoing edges from node 1? So the outgoing edge is 2, which outgoing edge is this, which is going to node 2. So the distance is 5 plus 2 7. So this distance to node 2 is 7, but already we have a distance to node 2 as 3. So we take minimum of 3 comma 7, which is 3. So distance of this is still 3. So we have processed this node also, then we process node 2, then we process node 2. So what are the outgoing edges? What are the outgoing edges from node 2? So that is to node 3. So the distance to node 2 is 3 and 3 plus 4 is 7. So that means the distance to node 3 is 7. So we update that also 7, right? So we can see we have find the distance to node n minus 1, or we can say we find the distance to node 3 using topological sort. And also if we see, when we have processed node 2, we can see all the edges that has been coming to node 2 has been already processed. So the time when we process node 2, so the distance that is stored in the distance matrix will be the shortest distance. That's why we are using topological sorting over here, right? So one more thing, when we are using topological sorting, we are finding the shortest distance in big of v plus e time, but when we are using Dijkstra sort, we are requiring big of v plus e into log v time. So which one is faster? Topological sorting is faster than Dijkstra sort. That's why we are using topological sorting. So using topological sort, we'll find whether our x is feasible or not, right? So if x is feasible, then we'll check for bigger x and we'll update our lower boundary. And if x is not feasible, then we have to try for a smaller value of x. So in that case, we update our higher boundary to mid minus 1, and here we update lower boundary to mid plus 1. So if you see the overall algorithm, so first of all, we'll build the graph, that is we'll build the adjacency list, and then we'll compute the topological ordering. And once we get the topological ordering, we'll apply binary search on the answer, that is minimum edge cost, right? So then for each candidate value mid, what we'll do is we'll ignore all the edges having cost less than mid, and we will also ignore all the offline nodes. And then we'll traverse the graph in the topological order, and then we'll compute the minimum path cost by relaxing every valid edge. And once we get the minimum uh, path cost, and if that cost is less than or equal to k, that means that particular x or that particular mid value is feasible. So then in that case, we will try for a larger value. So we update our low is equal to mid plus 1, and if it is not feasible, then we will try for a smaller value. So we update our high is equal to mid minus 1, right? And the largest feasible value is basically the maximum possible path score, so we return that as our answer. So we'll try to understand the whole process with this example. So in this example, the third node is false, that means it is offline. So this node is offline and our k value is 12. So first of all, we'll find the topological order for this graph, right? So first of all, we'll find the in degrees, and then we'll take all the nodes having in degree as 0. So here only node 0 is having in degree as 0. So if we put node 0 in a queue, then what we'll do is, then we take the front node from the queue, and then decrease their neighboring nodes in degree by 1. So first we take node 0 from the queue. What are the neighboring nodes? Neighboring node is 1 and neighboring node is 2. So we'll decrease their in degree by 1. So if we decrease in degree by 1, it will become 0. it will also become 0. So if after decrementing the in degree, if it becomes 0, then we'll push the node is also in queue. So we'll push node 1 and node 2 in the queue, and then we'll keep doing this same process until all the nodes are processed. So once all the nodes are processed, we get the topological order, and it is sure that this topological order is not always unique. There can be multiple topological orders. So once we get the topological order, then we apply our binary search. So here if we see what is the maximum edge cost in our given graph, so maximum edge cost is 7. So our search range for the binary search is lower range is 0 and higher range is 7. So we'll apply binary search on in this range, right? So in the iteration 1, we'll find our mid value. So our mid value is 3. Mid value is 3. So we have to remove all the edges having cost less than 3. So this edge is having edge 2. So we remove this edge. We also have to remove all the offline nodes. So we also remove this node because it is offline. So this part of the graph has been removed. This part of the graph has been removed. Now we'll apply topological sort on the remaining graph. So this is our remaining graph, and now we'll try to find the minimum distance using the topological ordering. So this is our topological ordering. So first of all, we'll process the node 0. So distance of node 0 is 0, right? So from node 0 we have two edges, that is 0 to 1 having cost 7. So distance of 1 will become 7, and the other edge is from 0 to 2 having cost 6. So distance of 2 will become 6. So after processing node 0, our distance array will look like this. Then in the topological ordering, next node is 1. So we'll process node 1. So from node 1 we have the edge to node 4. So the distance of node 4 is distance of node 1 plus edge weight, which so the sum of both is 12. So distance of node 4 is 12. Then we process node 2. So and this way we'll process all the nodes, and then after processing all the nodes we'll get the result. So distance of 4 is 12. That means the path cost to reach node 4 is 12. So is it less than or equal to k? Yes. That means the current x or current mid value that we have taken is feasible. So mid value is 3. 3 is feasible. So we have updated our answer to 3. Now we'll try for values greater than 3. So we update our low value to mid plus 1. So our low will become 4. Right. So now our low is 4. And our high is equal to 7. So our mid value is 5. So in iteration 2 we find the mid value 5. Now we remove all the edges greater than or equal to 5, all the edges lesser than or equal to 5. So this part has all, again this part is removed because this edge is smaller and this node is offline. Now the same graph is left, which was present in the iteration 1, right? So again the distance to node 4 will be 12. So again this will also be feasible because so x value 5 is also feasible. So we update our answer is equal to 5, and then we update our low value to 6. So in the third iteration our low value is 6 and high value is 7. So our mid value is again 6. Now we remove all the edges which are lesser than 6. So we removed this edge, and this part of the graph because node 3 is offline. So this part has been removed, and this edge has also been removed. So the left graph is this only, right? So now distance of 4. So there is only one way to reach to node 4, which is this path. So the distance is 6 plus 6 is 12. Again 12 is equal to k. So again 6 is also feasible. So we'll again try for a bigger answer. So we update our low to 7. So now our low is 7, high is 7. So in iteration 4 our mid value will be 7. So we remove all the edges which are less than 7. So these edges, this will be removed, this part has already been removed, and this will be removed. So there is no path, between node 0 to node 4. So the distance is infinite only. So that means this is not feasible. That 7 is not a feasible answer. So we'll try for a lesser answer. So we update high to mid minus 1, so we high is equal to 6. So now our low is greater than high. Now our low is greater than high, so our binary search will end and we get our answer equal to 6, right? So this way we'll find the answer using binary search and topological sort. So let's see the code part. So in the code part we have a check function which will check whether a particular value, for a particular value mid, that it is feasible to reach the node n minus 1, reach the node n minus 1 having cost less than or equal to k, right? So we have taken a distance array, and initially distance of node 0 is 0, and then we'll apply topological sort, right? We'll apply topological sort. So we take a node as per the topological ordering. So topo vector will contain the topological ordering. So we check if the distance of u is infinite, then we skip that node. We'll won't process that node because we haven't reached that node yet. Now we'll ignore intermediate offline nodes. We'll ignore the intermediate offline nodes. So we check if u is not equal to 0 and u is not equal to n minus 1 and it is offline, and if the node is offline, then we skip that node, right? Also, if the node is online, then we check the neighboring nodes, and if the edge weight is less than mid, so as we know, we also have to skip all the edges having value less than mid. So if the edge weight is less than mid, then we skip that neighboring node also. Or if v is not equal to n minus 1 and if it is offline, if the neighboring node is also offline, then we skip it. Else we update the distance of the neighboring node, that is minimum of distance already present there, or current distance plus the edge weight. So once we process all the nodes as per the topological order, then we check whether the distance or the cost to node n minus 1 is less than or equal to k or not. If it is less than k, then we return true. This condition will return true, else it will return false, right? So in the main function we have taken a 2D matrix adjacency list and a vector in degree. This in degree will help us to find the topological order, right? So first of all in this loop we have built the adjacency matrix and we have find the in degree of all the nodes, and we also have find the maximum edge cost, right? Once we get the in degrees, then we'll take all the nodes with in degree 0 and push those nodes in the queue, and then we have taken a vector named topo to store the topological ordering, and then until our queue do not become empty, we'll take the front node from the queue and push that node in the topo vector, right? And then we process, then we'll see the neighbors of that particular node that we have taken from the queue, and then decrease their in degree by 1, and if their in degree becomes 0, then we push those nodes into the queue also. So this, after once this while loop will ends, it will give us the topological order, and then we apply binary search. So our binary search range is from 0 to high, and high value is max that we have find earlier, and then we take the mid value, then we check whether this mid value is feasible or not. So if this mid value is feasible, then we update our answer to mid and increase our low to mid plus 1 to search for a greater possible value, and if it is not feasible, then we update our high to mid minus 1, and at the end we return our answer. So I hope I am able to explain you the solution properly. So if you like the video, please make sure to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.